recording. So I hope everybody had a good weekend. I certainly enjoyed the weather. I wanted to let you guys know that the spring 2021 schedule of classes is now available. Okay. You can go to the TCC website where it says find classes and register and take a look at those. I believe that registration starts next week and it runs all the way until the week before classes start. Everybody needs to be registered the week before the class starts.
Yes.
Or they will cancel. They had to cancel several classes this fall because there weren't enough students. So, and just to let you guys know about our oral communication, level 2 for me, I'm signed up to teach level 2 oral communication, but it's going to start in March. It's going to be one of my secondary classes because I'm switching over to teaching reading and vocabulary and writing and grammar in the spring. So if either one of those 3 doesn't make for me, then I will teach oral communication level 2. So that's just to let you know what I'm teaching, but there should be several classes offered of oral communication 2 that start in January.
Excuse me, teacher.
Yes.
I'm so interested with your class, another class like reading, but I don't know how to find another class.
Okay. Do you know how to go to WebAdvisor and build your schedule?
No. Last semester, Eleanor gave me the your class, and I don't know how to find it. Eleanor gave it to me.
Oh, okay. So you want to learn how to find your own classes, right?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, that would be better for you to be an independent student. Okay, why don't we do this after the class today? I can show you here on my screen.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, and let's go to the next thing. I want to kind of review the videos. We had 3 assignments that were due the last week. If you guys remember, we had the chapter 2 speech that was due. Most of you did it here in the class. So if you recorded your speech here with me in this video, then everything is fine. You're done. A couple of people did not record any speech. So Isabel and Veronica, you need to go back into the chapter 2 and click on the chapter 2 speech and record a 2 to 3 minute speech. And then also I want you to watch Carolina's speech, which is already in there, and give some comments about her speech. Did she have signposts? You know, I asked several questions in the assignment, and I would like for you to go and answer that for Carolina's speech. That way Carolina can get some feedback from her classmates. And Carolina, I do apologize that students have not given you comments yet, but if they don't do it by the end of today, then I will give you the comments you need. And then the end of the day tomorrow, Tuesday, I'm going to cancel the assignment, so you will not be able to record any speeches after tomorrow. So, because we're moving on, right? We're in chapter 3 now. So just try to keep up with the assignments as we're going through. It's really important that you stay with the class so that we can go together. Okay, so that's for Isabel and Veronica. And Lucia, I saw your lab assignment, but there's no screen, or there's no visual. I can't see you actually speaking. And so if you can, I'd like you to go back and try to record it with the video option available. But if it's not available on your computer, then just send me an email and let me know what's happening. So as far as that goes, I'll be grading the lab assignments and the rest of the quizzes that I didn't grade already. I'll grade those today and post those by the end of the day, so you guys can check your grades later today. And I always recommend you check your grades, because if you think maybe it's a little bit lower than you thought, then email me, or if you don't see your grade there, email me, because mistakes can happen. So so that's that. And then we are in chapter 3 today. So go ahead and open your books to the beginning of chapter 3 on page 59. Does anybody have any questions before we start chapter 3? Questions about the schedule or about recording speeches, grades, anything like that?
No,
Okay.
teacher, not me.
Good morning, Alan.
Morning.
Okay, good. Then let's look at page 59. Page 59. Okay, this is a strange picture. Lon, what do you see on that page? What's that a picture of?
Unit 3, transportation.
Yes. What do you see
I
there?
see the airplane and the ocean, and
Right.
people relax on the beach.
Relaxing.
Relaxing at the beach, and activate your knowledge at the
Yeah.
bottom. Yeah.
Okay, we're just talking about the picture. You can see there's an airstrip. The airport is right to the left side of that picture. So I don't know what kind of beach this is. Me personally, I would not visit this beach. I cannot imagine how loud that is. That plane is so close, like within maybe 100 yards of the beach. But it's kind of a striking picture, I think. It shows how close that plane is to people. So this kind of opens up our chapter. It's about transportation, and we're going to go from just talking about different kinds of transportation and then going into problems with transportation in our area, in our neighborhoods and cities. So let's start out with just these two quick discussion questions. Let's talk about travel. What are some places around the world that you would like to visit? Anybody want to answer?
What the question is? Where?
What are some places? Yeah, so where?
Okay. Well, I would like to visit Los Cabos, Baja California, Mexico.
Okay, is that on the western side?
Yeah.
Okay, there's a lot of whale watching over there. I think they have like some whales that come over there
Yes.
like a certain time
Uh-huh.
of year. Cool. Los Cabos, Baja California, right?
Yeah, but I'm not pretty sure if it's Baja California Sur or just Baja California, because we have two Baja California
Yeah.
states.
Okay, and why do you want to go there?
Well, first of all, because my father is from there,
Okay.
and well, I want to visit some of his family.
Yeah.
And because my parents always go there, but never invite me to go with
Oh,
them.
oh my gosh. Wow, never. That is interesting. Okay.
Yeah, well, actually, I have never have the opportunity to go with them too. It's always like I need to do something, and it's impossible to me travel with all my family.
Okay. Yeah, so you've really been trying for a while, but
Yeah.
haven't been able to get over there. Yeah. Okay. Good. That's interesting. Lon, what about you?
I don't know, teachers. I just want to visit some place that when the leaf change the color, but I don't
Yeah.
know where it is.
Um, well, if you want to stay close, like in the United States, you could go to Arkansas, or I would recommend anywhere on the east side of the United States in the Appalachian Mountains. The Appalachian Mountains kind of go from like New York area all the way down to Georgia.
Yeah,
And when I was a child, me and my family, my parents actually took me with them. Surprise, surprise. But we went to North Carolina, and my dad has a cabin there with his whole family, and we would stay in the mountains. Like you come outside the cabin and it's just forest all around you.
yeah.
And it was really quiet, and in the fall the all the leaves were red, orange, green, yellow. So
Oh,
I really recommend that.
yeah.
North
Thank you.
Carolina, South Carolina, those are good places to go.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what about number two? Let's think about the past a little bit. What was travel like before airplanes? How did people get around? And how long did it take to travel place to place? Anybody know a little bit about history here?
Yeah.
Mm, not me, teacher. Well, I think, and I believe that airplane became like most useful, like they were most common. The airplane became most common transportation than some years ago. I
Mm-hmm.
think that's a change. And also, well, I don't know if 50 years ago there was the train, but
Mm-hmm.
now in our current times, we just use like the train not to transport people, if not to transport something,
Yeah.
or if we
Yeah.
use it to people, it's like a kind of touristic, but there is not
Yeah.
like a transportation in train.
Yeah, that's right. Like a little adventure vacation, like take a train around. Yeah, you're right. You're right. People don't usually use trains for transport very much. But back in the day, and I don't remember the year exactly. I want to say maybe sometime in the 1800s. I could be wrong, but in this country, they built two railroads all the way from the eastern side of the United States to California area. And that was like the biggest thing that just really brought more people to this, like Texas and Colorado and all those places. Um, Train was like a big deal back then. But before we had planes, how did people travel like across the ocean and stuff? Lon, do you know? How did people
No.
travel across the oceans?
Oh, butterfly.
Well, before we had airplanes.
Oh, sheep. Maybe sheep.
Ship. Yeah,
Sheep.
ship.
Yeah.
That's right. That's how people travel. And it would take weeks to get, let's say, from Europe to North America. It would take several weeks, like 5, 6, 7 weeks. Um, so it was a big deal to go across the seas. Um, so our airplanes have definitely changed the way we travel and made things a lot faster and made it more common to meet people from around the world, right? Like it's easy now to go to India or go to China, go to parts of Africa if you want to visit the that part of the world and see the culture and learn the language. It's a lot easier now than it was before. So airplanes have done a lot for us. Let's turn to page 60. And you can see at the top, there's a couple of pictures. We're going to watch the video today in class just to kind of do something different. And we are going to answer questions on page 61. So I want you to start thinking about those pictures at the top of the page and then kind of look over on page 61 and we'll see if you guys can answer those questions when we're done. We're only going to watch it one time, so this will be a little challenging. Do you guys have your book now, or is it?
Yeah.
Yes, teacher, I have my book.
Okay, good. You got it in front of you. Okay, if you don't remember everything, just try to answer maybe 2 or 3 on the page. Yeah, there you go. Good. You can put your answers up here on the screen. I already did number 1 for you. In the past 50 years, we've made the world smaller. So let's see what you can answer with the rest of these. Looking good? Yep. Okay, I'll give you about 30 more seconds. See if you can add anything in here. Yeah, you guys are doing great. I didn't tell you to take notes, but I highly recommend taking notes every time you listen to something for this class or watch videos. This will help you improve your note-taking techniques. Okay, so let's talk about the answers. Yes, number 1 at the top is smaller. Number 2, closer. Number 3, business. Number 4, commercial. Number 5, busiest. And number 6 is larger. So those are all correct. In the middle of the page, section 4, number 1, in no time. Number 2, Asia. Number 3, sound. And the numbers are harder. Oh, there's a good one. Yeah. Number 4 is 3,500. And number 5 is 2016. And number 6 is over. Yeah, there we go. You guys are faster than I am at giving answers. The last one is over. Okay, good job. All right. turn the page and we're going to talk about stress next. And I'm not talking about stress like when you have to pay a lot of bills. We're going to talk about stress in speech. Okay, so we're looking at the orange box on page 62. Okay, who can tell me what it means when a word has stress? What does that mean if we say a word has stress? Can anybody answer that question? Lucia, I see you've joined us. Can you answer that question? What does it mean when a word has stress?
Stress maybe is when we feel a little nervous or anxious. When we feel anxiety,
Anxiety?
anxiety, or when we have to do many things and we don't have enough time to finish.
Okay, good. So that's called emotional stress. But I'm talking about stress when we talk about pronunciation or the stress on a word. Like if I said travel, if I say the word travel, the stress is on the first syllable of the word travel. So what does that mean when I'm talking about words?
Like there is a couple of words that sounds like harder than the other ones in
Yes,
a sentence or in a whole word.
good. Good. So if you have notes or on a piece of paper, I want you to write, or you can write in your book, stress on a word is when one syllable or one part of the word we pronounce louder or stronger. Okay, that's what we call stress. Okay, so every word in English that has two or more syllables is going to have one of the syllables stressed. So remember the example I gave you with travel. Travel has two syllables, tra and then vol, travel. And we do not say the word travel. We say travel. So the first part of the word is stressed. We say it louder, travel. We focus on that syllable, okay? So Lucia, do you understand?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, good.
Yes.
So today we're going to focus on words in English that have different stress, but the spelling of the word is the same. Okay? And this is pretty confusing. So that's why they're focusing on this in this chapter, okay? So let's take the word on the screen first. That first word, it's spelled Convict, right? How do we say this word? Anybody want to try?
Convict,
Okay, so convict. And which syllable did you stress? The first or the second?
the second.
Second.
Yeah, he stressed the second. He said convict. Okay. And what you did, Alan, was you said the verb form. So really, this word here has two different pronunciations. And the reason it does is because one of them will be the noun form of the word, and one of them will be the verb form. So let me read the sentence to you, and I want you to think about where we're putting the stress, on the first part of the word or the second part. Okay, I'm going to read the first one. The convict gave his testimony again in court. The convict gave his testimony. Did I stress the
The
first
first,
part or
the
the
first,
second?
yes. You said the first.
Yes, Lan, good. Convict. Everybody say convict.
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 Good. Okay, I put the stress on the C-O-N part. And when I do that, that means that I am using the noun form. I'm talking about the person. When I say the convict gave his testimony, this is a person who was already convicted of a crime and maybe sentenced to jail or probation or whatever they already went through the process in the court, okay? And they are called a convict. They're a person. This is a person, okay? Now let's look at the second one. Listen to how I pronounce it. Jury members should convict the defendant of robbery. Jury members should convict.
Stress the second syllable.
Second, so everybody repeat after me. Convict.
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 Okay, now we're going to say both of them. I'm going to do the first one, the noun, and then the second one. I want you to repeat. Convict.
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 Convict. Convict.
Convict.
Convict. Convict.
Okay. Can everybody hear the difference?
Yes.
Yep, I hear different.
You hear the difference. And you guys are doing pretty good with pronunciation there. Okay, so when I say the stress on the second syllable, then that creates the verb. Okay? That means this is an action. You see how we have should in front, right? So we're using a verb here. They should convict. That means they should say that this person is guilty. They need to go to jail or they need to go to probation. So the convict is the person and convict is what the jury does to say guilty or not guilty. That's the action that they do. Okay? So here's my way to remember this, because this will be on your quiz in 3 weeks. Or 2.5 weeks from now, okay? You will see some words and you will have to listen and decide if it's the verb or the noun. So, okay, remember how we have N is for noun and V is for verb, right?
Yeah.
If we have the alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, which one comes first in the alphabet, the N or the V?
The N first and the V.
Good, the N comes first. So if you do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S. Oh, I already passed it. Anyways, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V. So N comes first in the alphabet. So think about N for noun. If the word is a noun, the stress is on the first syllable because N comes first in the alphabet. All right, so this is the easy way to remember. And then V for verb, V is second in the alphabet, and the stress is on the second syllable. All right, so I'm going to say a word, and I want you guys to tell me if it's the verb or if it's the noun. Okay, are you ready? Turn on your microphone. Yep. Here we go. Convict.
Verb.
Nope.
Noun.
Noun.
Convict. Noun. Yeah, did you guess that, Lucia? Convict is a noun.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do another one. Decrease.
Verb.
Noun.
Decrease. Verb.
That's a verb. If you look in the orange box, it's kind of at the bottom. Yeah. Decrease is a verb, okay? Okay, let's do another one. Trying to think of another one. There's a lot of them that I put in the lesson for today. Okay, Convict.
Verb.
Noun.
Yeah, that was a verb.
Verb.
Convict is a verb. Okay, good. Decrease.
Noun.
You know what? I just thought of
De
something.
de de
Decrease.
decree
Decrease.
decree. Verb.
Seen a decrease. Yeah,
It's the
actually,
same.
I was thinking of a noun.
It's
I've seen a decrease in the amount of students joining our video.
it's little
I've seen,
difficult.
I've seen a decrease. Okay, that would be a noun. You can also say decrease.
Oh,
Decrease. Seen a decrease. Yeah, you can say it. You can use D or duh, but the verb will be decrease. We need to decrease our fossil fuel use. Some of these are, I will tell you, they are a little challenging to know
yeah,
the difference.
like the same, teacher. Like
They sound the same.
yeah.
Look in the orange box at the bottom of the box. Control. Do you see control?
Control. Yes.
Yes.
Like, let me use it as a noun. Don't lose control of yourself when you're angry. Don't lose control. That's a noun. Okay. Let me use it as a verb. Can you control your anger, please? Can you control your anger? So that's a verb. Some of these really sound the same,
Yeah.
okay? Not every noun and verb that are spelled the same have this syllable difference, okay? So with control, we don't have a word that says control. Like control, like convict. Remember we said a convict is the noun. We cannot say control is a noun, okay? I don't know why, but we just don't have that pronunciation. So we are only going to put the stress on the second part of control. And sometimes it's a verb, sometimes it's a noun, okay? How do you know if it's a verb or noun? It depends on where it is in a sentence and how you're using it. But I guess it's good news
Yeah.
because you can say it both the same way. Yeah, any questions?
No. No, teacher.
Okay, so we're going to practice for a minute on page 62. We're going to do part 1. But I want you to know that I posted 2 videos in the lesson in Blackboard because it's so important that you hear the difference. And so when I'm doing the lesson and I can't speak to you when you're reading it, I want you to be able to hear the difference. And so I put 2 videos there, and they each have about 5 or 6 examples of words for you guys to see. So go back after this lesson and take a look at those videos. They're really short, like 2 or 3 minute videos. Okay, so let's do the listening part. And I got logged out of this, so I've got to get back in. Okay, so we're going to go over to the audio section, and we're going to listen to this computer or audio track and see if we can tell the difference. So we're on page 62. We're doing section 1. It says, listen to 2 sentences and answer the questions.
1. There has been an increase in motorcycle accidents over the past 5 years. 2. Airlines are always looking for new ways to increase the safety of their planes.
Okay. So, what do you think about the first sentence? Is it a verb or a noun?
The first sentence is a noun. I think so.
Yeah. So which sentence has the verb?
Second.
The second
Yes.
one has the verb.
Yeah.
Okay. So for letter A, I want you to put number 2. And letter B, I want you to put number 1, sentence 1. And now what I want you to do, I'm going to play it again. I want you to draw a line over where you hear the stress. Okay? Or you can underline the part of the word that has the stress. Okay? So I want you to do it with your pencil on the word that's in the sentence. So here we go.
1. There has been an increase in motorcycle accidents over the past 5 years. 2. Airlines are always looking for new ways to increase the safety of their planes.
Okay, so you notice when you hear the stressed part that the vowels are pronounced very strongly. Okay, that's how you know that it's stressed. You're going to hear those vowels pronounced. So in the first one, increase,
Yeah.
increase. So the first part is stressed. So I would draw a line under the in, an increase, and number 1. In the second sentence, are ways to increase. They spent a little more time and voice they put it into the second part. So I would underline in number 2, underline the CREASE, the second part. Okay, so letter C, where is the stress of each word? In the verb, it's on the second syllable, and the noun, it's on the first. Okay, anybody still have questions about this?
If the
Not
teacher,
me,
if
teacher.
teacher, if the syllable, if the word have 3, 4 syllable, how we can use with the word have the 3 or 4, 5 syllable?
Okay, most of the time the stress will be on the second syllable. Like if I say incapable, or if I say responsible.
Oh,
Okay.
yep.
Let me think of maybe a longer one. Okay, responsibility. Responsibility has 6 syllables. Responsibility. The stress is on, let's see,
Spawn, right?
the fourth one,
Respond.
responsibility. Responsibility. So if it has like 4 syllables, we put the stress on the second one usually. But you know, there are exceptions to pretty much every rule in English. And I remember like even the French language is similar to English, right? Because they're both Latin languages. But when my husband started speaking in the very beginning, he would say responsibility. I was like, what? I don't even know what you're saying. We put the stress on the different syllables. So it's strange, but it's actually true. You can be saying the word, but put stress on a different part of the word, and some people will not understand the word you're saying. So if you get a strange look, like someone's like, what? You probably put the stress on the wrong word. But you know what you can do, Len? You're laughing over there. You can make a journal of words and words that have 3 or more syllables, and then write in there where the stress is. And also, if you look in, let me show you, actually, I can share my screen with you. I'm going to show you how to find it in the dictionary. You'll be able to find which syllable has the stress. Okay, so let's try this one, responsible. Okay, look at this pronunciation right here. Do you see right after the word in these brackets it says responsible? Okay. The dark letters are on the spawn, which is the second syllable, responsible. So when that dark letters, that means that is the stressed syllable.
Yeah.
Okay. So every dictionary should have this kind of thing written in it. And when we change it to responsibility, look what it does. The B-I-L, ability, is stressed. So right there you can see how many syllables. There's 6 syllables, and you can see which one is stressed. It's the 4th syllable that's stressed. So that might help you, to get a visual way of looking at it. Okay, good question. Any other questions before we talk about vocabulary? Okay, guys, you guys are going to do a listening activity for homework. And so to get you ready for that, I want us to look at the vocabulary on page 63. Okay, so let's see, we just have 3 people today, so we can't do a group. If we have 4 people, we can do pairs. But since we only have 3, I'm going to give you guys about 5 minutes, and I want you to talk about these words that are in the box on page 63. So first, I'm going to give you the pronunciation for them, and then you guys are going to discuss the meaning and maybe like which ones you can get as far as the sentences at the bottom. Okay? So repeat after me. Avoid.
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 Good. Lucy, are you there? Avoid.
Yes, teacher. Avoid.
Okay,
Avoid.
good. Next one, compare.
Compare.
Okay, and you can see, I hope that you're marking on there where the stress is. Okay, avoid, the stress is on the second part. Compare, where's the stress?
Second.
The second.
Yeah,
Stress is second.
we do not say compare. We say compare. Compare. So our voice goes up on the second part. So you can draw a line on pair. That's where the stress is. Okay, so repeat after me. Consist of.
Consist of.
Oh,
Good. Stress is on the second part again. Okay, next one, crash.
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 Good. Now, it's only one syllable, so we don't have to write the stress because there's only one. So if it's only one syllable, it will always be stressed. Okay. Next one, repeat after me. Cure.
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 Is that hard to say?
Yeah. Cure.
It sounds like a Y sound, like it sounds like your, but we put a C
Cure.
with it. Cure.
Cure.
Okay, good. Next one,
Cure.
extreme.
Extreme.
Good. Extreme.
Extreme.
Good. Now, make sure you're not saying a stream because that would be like a small river is called a stream. Extreme.
Extreme.
Oh, this is so hard for my Vietnamese speakers out there. You have an X and a T together. Okay, let's go to the next one. Safety.
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 Safety. The stress is on the first part. All right. Next one, scared.
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 Okay, good. How many syllables are in scared?
1 syllable.
Yep, it's just one syllable, even though it's kind of a long word and it has two vowels in it, it's just one syllable. We do not say scared. Okay, it's just got one syllable. All right, guys, so I'm gonna go grab a drink of water and I want y'all to stay here and talk about the meaning and maybe answer a couple of the ones at the bottom, 1 through 8. Okay, go ahead. You got 5 minutes.
Hi guys. We need to check the
I
meaning of each word, right?
Yeah, we need to try to discuss about the meaning if we already knew the meaning or we still have some unknown words on this list.
Okay, the first one is avoid, to stay away from something.
Avoid, yes. And another example, another meaning like something that you shouldn't do it.
Yes, but we needed
Yeah.
to
No,
So
we don't need to answer the questions. We just need to try to talk about the meaning if we already just
yeah.
try to discuss about the meaning.
You want to
So I
discuss?
didn't know what
Actually,
cure means.
Alan, you could do both or either
Can we
or. It
do
doesn't
both?
matter.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
whatever you want.
So let's talk about compare. Compare. That two things you want to compare with one bigger, with one smaller, like that. And compares. Oh, Alan,
Yes.
we should fill the blank here. Number 1 was, number 2 is what? 2 or just let's talk about meaning. We feel this
Oh,
one, right?
teacher just said that we could do both at the same
Yeah,
time.
so number 1,
I think number one it's extreme.
I think it's scare.
Scared? No. I
Oh,
think no.
I'm wrong.
Oh well, let me check.
It's
Let me
okay. Yeah.
scared. When there are scared weather conditions. Well, it could be both, but I'm not sure.
No, not both, Alan. Just one. Just one.
I mean, yeah, I know that it's just one, but in my
Yeah,
opinion, both
so I
can be
give you
used.
here, I give you say extreme, and you scare. So I feel here, and let's move number 2. Number 2, before you look, you book from, you be sure. Compare. Compare, it means good one cheaper
On the
and good
second, right?
one. Yeah, that's the number 2. How
Yeah.
how you think, Lucia? Lucia, are you there?
yes, Lan, I'm here
Yeah,
again.
yes, yeah.
I'm
How you
having
think number
problems
2?
with my. Okay, number 2, compare, to look for
Yeah,
the difference between two or more things.
yeah. So number 3.
3, I think it could be crash. There was a
Yeah,
5-car crash on the highway this
yes,
morning.
I think so too. Lucia.
Yes,
So number 4, avoid. Alan.
I try to avoid driving to work because driving. Okay,
Alan,
Yes.
how do you think? Number 4 with avoid.
Yeah, avoid,
Have,
I think too.
yeah. And number 5.
There is not
There is a cure.
No, not kill. It's safety.
Safety, yes, I agree.
Yeah. But what?
Okay, I'm back.
Hi, teacher.
So what are y'all doing
Yeah.
to these sentences? Alan, I
We
heard
are
you say,
number
yeah, we could be both for number 1. Actually, number 1 only has one possible answer. So is it
Yeah.
going to be scared
No,
or extreme?
Yeah.
I think.
It's square or stream, teacher? Number 1.
Which one is it? We have to pick one.
Yeah, I put
extreme.
scared.
That's extreme.
I put scared. Yeah.
Okay.
Scared.
Alan is correct. It's extreme.
Oh.
Because here's one clue for you, Lon. When we talk about scared, it has to be people who are scared. So we cannot say the tornado was scared or there are scared weather conditions. We cannot say that because it has to be people. I am scared. You are scared. Those are correct. So if you wanted to say scary weather conditions, that would be okay. Scary with a Y. The tornado was scary. I was scared. Do you see the difference? Ron, do you see the difference?
Yes.
Okay, so we have scared for people or animals. Animals can be scared because
Yeah.
scared is a feeling that something has. And scary is the cause or the reason somebody feels scared. Okay, so number 1 is extreme. Number 2, what did you guys say?
Compare.
Compare, good.
compare.
Number 2 is compared. What about number 3?
Crash.
Crash.
Crash, yes. Crash. And number 4, what's the answer?
Avoid.
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 Good. After the word avoid, you see driving. It has ing. I want you to circle the ing in driving. Because after avoid, we put gerunds. I avoid going out late at night. I avoid speeding on the highway. So after avoid, we put ing word. Okay. We do not say I avoid to drive. We do not say I avoid to go. It has to be ing, driving, going, taking. Okay, so that's a quick grammar lesson there. Number 5, what do we have?
We have both, teacher. I choose safety, but Alan choose cool. I don't know which.
Number 6. Number
Okay, a safety. Oh, a safety.
Oh.
You know what? Safety is a non-count noun, so we're not going to put a in front of it. A is only for count nouns, like a book, a chair. Safety, we cannot make plural. So it's called a non-count noun. So it doesn't sound right in that sentence. So we need to use cure.
Yeah.
We would probably say, I would say, my street No, I can't use safety like that. I would say there is no safety, or there isn't any safety in my neighborhood. Or I would say buckle your seatbelts for safety, but we cannot say a safety. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm glad you guys are making some mistakes here because this is a good chance to learn. So number 5 should be cure. What about number 6?
Consist of.
Consist of.
Consist of. Good. It consists of. Consist of is kind of like includes or has parts. Is made of. That's what it means. Okay. And number 7, what did you get for that one?
Carry.
Good. Notice that we're describing a person. If you are scared of flying, you're not alone. Okay, good. And finally, number 8.
Safety.
Safety.
Safety. Good. Safety. Okay, so before we go today, I want us to answer a few questions on the top of page 64. Speaking about transportation and scary experiences. So number 1 says, do you enjoy flying? Why or why not? Number 2, have you ever been in a scary experience on a flight? And then number 3, which of these forms of transportation do you think is the most dangerous? And which is the safest? Sorry. Okay, so let's start with number 1. Let me take a poll with you guys. So who enjoys flying? Look at this cool little answer I got up here. Do you enjoy flying? I want you to click on yes or no, and we'll take a poll. Do you guys see my screen here? There we go. There we go.
Yeah.
I know this is kind of funny because we're all right here and we could talk to each other. Usually we would use this poll if we had like 30 people in class. But I think it's fun. Okay, who else wants to vote on the screen? Do you enjoy flying? Yes or no? Click on yes or no. Where is everybody? Alan? Oh, Alan already said yes. Lon and Lucia, can you click on the yes or no button?
I don't know why I thought it, but it didn't
Teacher,
go.
I cannot
Oh,
answer in the
It didn't go up.
part.
Oh, it worked.
okay, Lon, we got you. Lucia?
Teacher, can you hear me?
Okay, yes. So, Lucia, did you say no, you do not enjoy flying?
No, I think sometimes I enjoy and
Some.
sometimes no.
Okay.
Not
So, does Lucia, do you want to share why? Why do you enjoy or why do you not enjoy it?
when I used to work, I used to take an airplane once a month,
Yeah.
and it was it was tired, and
It was tiring. You
I
got
just
tired.
tired. Yeah, and and 2 or 3 times the flights were canceled, and I had to be in the airport for 5 or 6 hours,
Okay.
and it was
Right.
difficult.
Okay. So
And
for
when
you, it's just the
we take
waiting.
vacations, it was
Yeah. So the waiting, the inconveniences, yeah, and sometimes bad weather can be scary when you're in the air and there's some bad weather. I remember actually I enjoy flying for the most part, except for um, sometimes I get nauseous. I get motion sickness pretty easily, so that's uncomfortable. But I remember when I flew to Honduras. I've been to Tegucigalpa and the capital city in Honduras, and it's one of the most dangerous airports in the world because it's in the middle of like it's surrounded by mountains. And
Yes.
have you ever been there? Has anybody been to Tegucigalpa?
No.
No, no, not yet.
no.
Okay, but do you know what I'm talking about? Have you heard of that
Yes.
city?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they only let a few pilots go to that city because you have to be
Wow.
they have to be really good pilots. But anyways, when we came into it, there was clouds everywhere, so you can't see anything. And I could feel the plane dropping and dropping, dropping, and I'm like, wait, we're still in the clouds. Where's the ground? You know? And
Yes.
all of a sudden, I see like right under us, I see these mountains like right under us. And then we drop out of the clouds, and right there, the plane lands. So there's not like a big space between the clouds and the ground. It was just a small space. So basically, the pilot had to fly the plane all the way down to the ground while he couldn't see. It was just in the clouds. And I remember thinking, whoa, that was scary. Then I get out of the plane and I look in the front of the plane and there's a mountain right there, like
Wow.
just maybe 100 yards from where the plane stopped. So it had to get into the landing strip really fast, and then stop before it hits the other side of the mountain. So anyways, it was scary, but I'll never forget that experience. But
Wow.
yeah, I haven't really had a lot of scary experiences while flying, but has anybody had a scary experience while flying on a flight? I know you guys have been, especially Lon, you've been halfway around the world.
Good.
I think you've probably flown more than all of us, but any scary experiences from you guys?
Mm, I want
No.
something challenge me, and I'm lucky with the fly. I'm I have many trip fly here
You've
from here
taken
to
many
Vietnam.
trips.
Yeah, I took many flight to here from my country and my country here many times. But I'm lucky with that. Never had something wrong or something made me so scared.
Good.
Yes, and I frequently visit Florida too. And I want to know that I have scare or no. But
You want to know?
yeah, I want to know if the fly have something. Everybody very scared, but I'm just calm down. I want to know that.
Oh,
I want to
okay.
know my mind. I will try with that.
Oh, you want to be in control. You want to be in control of your
Yeah.
mind.
Yes.
Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah. Yeah, to be in control.
Yeah.
Yeah, because people get really scared and maybe you're like, wait, I'm not scared at all. You know, some people are just scared to be on a plane no matter what's happening.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else want to share experience before we go to number 3?
No, teacher, meaning.
Okay. All right, let's do number 3. Which of these forms of transportation do you think is the most dangerous? We have flying in a traveling by car or in a car, traveling on a motorcycle, or walking. And I think by walking, we mean walking like on the sidewalk. We're not talking about walking in the park. You know, that's or walking, you know, in your house. Um, Walking on the street or on the sidewalk to go to work or something. So which one is the most dangerous?
In my opinion, motorcycle.
Motorcycle?
Yeah,
I agree.
I used a couple of times the motorcycle when I was on Mexico, but yeah, it's really no. I don't recommend to use this method of transportation.
Okay, so were you driving the motorcycle or just riding in the back or whatever?
Both.
Oh,
Sometimes driving and sometimes just riding the motorcycle.
okay.
Teacher,
Yes.
but if you live in my country, if you don't try motorcycle, you cannot go work, not school, not everything, because everybody try motorcycle, and me too. The poor
Oh,
country, they judge your motorcycle a lot.
yeah.
All of them your motorcycle, and just the rich people your cars.
Okay, only a few people have cars over there.
Yeah.
Okay. So, do you think it's safer to ride on a motorcycle in your native country, Lan?
Uh, I never get wrong with the motorcycles,
Okay.
because when I just 5 or 6 years old, I can try
Yeah.
bicycle, and when I 12 or 13, I can try motorcycle until I grow up, and until now I can try good
Yeah.
motorcycle.
Yeah. Because it's more common. And I think
Yeah,
that's a good point. When the majority of people ride motorcycles, I think it becomes a little bit safer as far as, you know, in that environment because there are fewer cars and more skilled riders. I would definitely agree. I think in our society, because we don't have a lot of motorcyclists, and we have so many cars and we have big
yeah,
cars and trucks and, you know,
yes,
18 wheelers. I think that makes it more dangerous in
yes,
our area.
yes. I know that if I try motorcycle here, it's very dangerous.
Yeah, it would be dangerous.
Yeah,
Yep. And we've all seen those bad motorcycle drivers here, like driving between cars. Have you seen that before?
yeah, I see it many
Yeah.
times.
Between cars and, you know, swerving around and when they get up on one wheel.
And
I
that's
want to close my eyes, but I'm driving. I can't.
yeah, yes.
I don't want to
That's
look.
that's dangerous for both, for the person who is driving a car and for the
Yeah,
driver of the motorcycle that is going into spaces that are not permit.
right. Not permitted. Yeah. Okay. Well, what about the safest? What is the safest way to travel of these 4 choices?
I heard airplane is the most safe.
The safest. I've heard that too. I've heard that, you know, if you take by numbers, you know, the number of people who travel and then the number of deaths or accidents, airplanes are the safest. But I don't know. I remember a few years ago, I think it was in New York, something happened in the window of the airplane and a person got stuck. Do you guys remember that? A person got stuck
No.
out of the window of the airplane and they couldn't get her back in. I think she ended up dying. It was like a weird situation. I don't know. I don't remember exactly why. I think a window broke. And anyways, it can be very life-threatening. Okay, anybody else? What do you think is the safest? Is it just walking?
No, if walking not too far, not for travel.
Yeah, not walking on the highway like some people
Yeah.
do, right?
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, so I would say I think walking, or maybe flying. Yeah. Lucia, we haven't heard from you yet. What's your opinion?
I think I like traveling by car. I think for me it's the safest. And
Okay.
well, in short distance, um, it depends.
Okay.
But this is my opinion.
Well, I think we're going to stop here for now because you guys are going to do the listening section for homework. But I want you to stop. Do you see listening on page 64? Do you see 3.3? And then you go down and you see 3.4. And then they have the yellow note section at the bottom. And then the top of page 65. Okay, that's the part that I want you to do. The 3.3, 3.4, and the top of page 65. But do not do the post-listening rhetorical questions. We're going to talk about rhetorical questions on Thursday. So do not do the rhetorical questions. So basically, you're going to go back and do finish the stress part, the listening part on page 62. We already did page 63, so that one's good. So you're just going to finish 62, 64, and you can do the top of page 65. Okay, is everybody clear about that?
Yep.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, and I forgot to ask you, did you guys do your that listening challenge that I gave you last week or the week before? Remember I asked you to listen to the news. Did anybody get a chance to do that? Do you want to share anything? If not,
I just
okay.
checked news, CNN news, and
Yeah.
I listen about the President Trump that is sick now because
Okay.
he has coronavirus.
And did you hear any of the modals may, might, could, will, or any signposts, signals, like on the other hand, however?
Oh yes, and I was trying to identify these words that we learned last week.
Yes.
Signposts. And
Okay.
yes, I was trying to. Yeah.
Okay, good. So I'm glad you were able to hear some of those. Okay, any questions before we go? Okay, you guys are doing great. remember, check the schedule for the spring to kind of see what you want to do. We are changing a little bit of the way we're doing classes in the spring. They are all going to be online classes for ESOL, or they call them remote learning.
So, teacher, for the next semester or quarter,
Yes.
it'll be like also like online? Oh yeah,
Yes.
that's what I wrote.
Yeah. It's all going to be online again. I know, isn't this crazy? Because they're opening
yeah.
new schools. TCU has classes on campus, but you know what, guys? I don't know what to say. They made that decision. I would like to go back to the classroom. I actually really miss it. I don't really feel like I'm a full teacher because I'm not with you guys. But I'm still excited about teaching because we're going to be doing some new classes. Like I'm going to teach writing level 2 and grammar 3, which I've never taught. So I'm still excited about spring, but you guys do what's best for you. But the schedule is available, and um, we are kind of changing the way we're doing the classes because when you look at the schedule, you'll see there's a block of time. It's like a 2-hour window of time, like from 8 to 10 or 10:30 to 12:30. So what's happening is if you see that time there, that means that the instructor is going to be doing the online classes with the videos like I'm doing. We call that synchronous. Have you guys heard of that word?
Not
Yes.
yet.
Synchronous.
Synchronous.
That's the
No,
word right there. Synchronous classes
Means
will be
like this,
offered.
no? We're both
That's like what we're doing right now. We're
yeah.
doing the live video sessions, okay? Those are synchronous classes. So some ESOL classes will be synchronous. If you see that block of window, that time, that means the instructor will be teaching online during that time, but they'll also record the videos for you. But it doesn't mean that it will be a full 2 hours. Like the instructor might just make it inside that time, maybe just 1 hour, or like me, I do an hour and a half. Okay, so that's something to think about. Do you want synchronous or asynchronous? Asynchronous classes, there will also be some of these. These will be pre-recorded and then posted videos. So if you do an asynchronous class, there's no face-to-face like in the video chat with the instructor. They just record their own, maybe they have a PowerPoint and they just record themselves teaching and then they post it in Blackboard. So they're offering both kinds of classes. You guys can pick which one you want. I like the synchronous because I like to talk to you guys and let you ask questions, in real time, like right now. But pick what you want over there. Take a look. Let me know if you have questions. And Lan, I'm going to show you right now how to find those classes. If anybody wants to stay here in the meeting, I will show you how to get to the class schedule. But otherwise, you guys are free to go, and I will see you on Wednesday. So thank you, everybody.